Welcome to this episode, and today guys I'm going to be teaching you guys support and resistance. So support and resistance is the major trading strategy that every trader will ever have, right? And I want to tell you guys that every strategy in this forex market is all about break and retest. That is the main strategy that most traders, most profitable traders use today. So without wasting much of your time, let's go to the chart and do something. So I'm going to be doing an illustration here to show you guys some things. Okay. I'm going to have this and this. So when drawing support and resistance, right? When drawing support and resistance, you want to look out for two things. Support is actually the one here. Support is actually the one down, and resistance is always the one drawn at the top. That is resistance. And resistance is not just okay. Let me delete this so that I won't confuse you guys. So this is support. Let me also type it. Support. Okay. Support. This is support right here, and this is resistance. Okay, let me edit this. Sorry. Okay, good. So this is resistance here, this is support. So support is basically like level where downtrending market tends to touch and react off it and start buying to the upside. While resistance is basically when market is trending up. This is how it works. Once the market is trending up, once the market reacts to it at the top, the market tends to sell to the downside or react or reject off it and start selling to the downside. So that is what resistance is. I don't want to complicate it. I want to make it very simple for everyone here that's going to watch this thing to understand it. So I want to let you guys know that support can turn to resistance and resistance can turn to support, but on one condition. Let's say we have this market trending inside this box, testing on the support and testing on the resistance, testing on the support and testing on the resistance. Fine. We can have something, a break below this support. Once the market breaks below this support, once markets tend to break this support, we are going to have what? This support is no longer going to be support again. It's going to change from this support to what? Resistance at this point. So if we have this case, a case where we have something like this, if we have something like this, then now the next one down is going to be our support. Why this one that was support around this region turns to resistance immediately it broke this area. And the same thing applies once it breaks the top, retest on it. So from this point, it was resistance when the market was still trading in the range here, and once it break out, it changed from resistance to what? Support. So we always look to buy once the market break out and come back to retest this support area now. Since it has turned to resistance, since resistance has turned to support now, we always look for what the market to break above, then come to retest on our zone, then we buy to the upside. So you can have supports like this, all right? You can have support. This is how you draw your support. And now I'm going to be going to the charts to show you how I draw my support and resistance. So what is the best time frame for drawing your support and resistance? I use candlestick wicks. On the 4-hour time frame. That is where I draw my main support zones. That's why I draw my main support zone. Not really my main support zones, but for you as a beginner trader, you should be using the daily time frame. That is on FX pairs like Euro USD, GBP USD. You should be using the daily time frame. First of all, I told you about market structure. Identify your trend. That is your first that is the first thing you want to do once you are on the chart. What is your trend? What is the current trend right now? Is it trending down or is it trending up? That is the first question you should always ask yourself. Then, as you can see right here, you can see that this market is moving to the downside, right? And we don't want to start looking for buys once this market is still going to the downside like this, since there is no change of market structure yet. So we are still going to wait because of what? The market is trending down, so we have to just look for options to join this falling knife. We have to just look for better trade opportunities to sell and join this trend that is going to the downside. So that's the only thing you have to be looking out for. Don't look out for buys because you are going to lose. Trust me, you have a high chance of losing once you are taking buys without the proper analysis, or just focus on the trend. You might be seeing neat buys, nice buys, just avoid it. So on the daily, you have to come here, check your the chart. Is it trending down or is it trending up? So from here, you can see that this market created a double bottom since last year, 2022. Created something more like a double bottom here, and since then we have been trending to the upside. And looking at the chart right now, you see that okay, we are having a very nice retracement, which is taking out lows, which is taking out higher lows that was created, taking out all of these lows. And if GBP USD can break this level, it's going to sell all the way to the downside. Trust me, because there is no valid support. Okay, there is one here, but this might not be that strong to take it all the way to the upside. So that's it. That is it for that one. Now we have identified our trend. Let's go to the 4-hour. How are we going to draw our support zones? We have to use what? A horizontal line. Use your horizontal line. Where is your market currently trading at? Let's just mark everything out so that you guys will understand. I use wicks, candlestick wicks on the 4 hours. You want to see where there is a nice drop, creating a very nice highs and very nice lows. All right, you want to use something like this. Can you see this rejection here? We are just looking for all this rejection candle, all these candlestick wicks. You see this one right here, you see this one right here. This is still nice because you made it something like a double bottom there. So grab your horizontal line. You see this one, mark it out. This is number one. If you did this, it could have been entering mad buys from this point, because you can see it yourself, it's working already even without me doing anything. And just grab this, make it from this week, from this first week, from the week of that candle. You have to draw it and place it on the body like this. Take a look at this. You see what I just did now? Look for wicks like this. This is what you're meant to be looking out for. This. Make sure that it's perfectly plotted. Alright. Then we have this one. You can see, check the previous times. You can see the market has been reacting, but I think it's not that valid. So adjust it. Look for where market has tested twice, 3 times, 2 times from the past. Look for that. This is what you're meant to be looking out for. These things here. I think that one is not that valid, so we might have to look for another. Okay, you can see that rejection. This is a very nice support at this point. So we have this. We already have this now. And what is the next one? Okay. Let's try to adjust it and make it very tight as possible. You can see rejection. Broke through it, retested, still came all the way to the downside. So now Looking at the chart, you can see that we trade with history. That's the way forex is. We trade with what? History. So take a look at this point. Take a look at this point. You see that market has been rejecting off of these zones. So you can use your line chart if you cannot be able to identify it very well. So if you cannot be able to spot it, you can use your line chart. Look for where market has tested twice, three times on the 4 hours. Look for it, then mark it out with two lines, the high and the weak. The high and the weak. That's why you still need to use your this thing. You still need to use your candlestick because it will show you the weak. To show you the weak. So we have this thing plotted. Do we have another one at this point? Remember, we are using the 4 hours time frame. We have rejection here, which is nice. Do we have here? Yes, it really reacted to it. So let's mark it out. So let's map this out. Good. This is very nice. This is very, very nice. You can see it yourself. And which other one again do we have? Do we have anyone from this point? Yes, we do. Is it that valid? Still checking. You need to train your eyes for this. This is where there is problem in the forex markets, because once you draw it wrongly, you lose your money. You are trusting your money for this, so you need to really look closer and be able to spot the right support and resistance zones. So this one as well. Okay, is it at the top? Yes, this is it. This is how it looks like. And the second one is this one here. Yes, nice. You can see this. You plot it on the body of the candle, then the wick. You see what I'm doing here? So now you grab your box. You can still do your own. You can do your own like this, or you leave it this way. You grab your box. Okay, so let's edit this so that it can go to the left and right. Extend to right and left. So we have our first key level. Then the second one is this one. Okay, this is still nice. And this one again, still nice. So this is just the first one. This is just the beginning, all right? Because we are still going to add more confluences. But this one, what are we doing? We're just plotting our support so that you see how it's being plotted. So we're just plotting our key levels, not support, sorry. Key levels, either support or both support and resistance are all together. So it's called key levels, because most of them here, some are support turning to resistance, some are support turning to resistance. So don't forget we are on the 4 hours. So let's identify the trend now. We already know the trend. The major trend here. We know that we are in a major downtrend, and the market now is reacting on a support, a very strong support, right? Because this was support before, it broke through it, retested where, look at what happened today. It came to retest this support. What happened? It changed towards resistance. This was a support, changed towards resistance from this point, because the market broke through it aggressively on the 4 hours, then retested it, then pushed further more to the downside. So all these things, I want to tell you something. Once you're looking for a breakout, always use the 4 hours. If you want to see a very nice breakout on your zone, use the 4 hours. Anything below the 4 hours, don't use it. It's not what relevant. So don't use it. So that's it for that one. And what's the next thing? We are going to be drawing what our trend line. Do we have any trend line running on the 4 hours? because I already told you guys that it's on the 4 hours that you're meant to plot your major trend line, right? So you need to have that in mind. Then draw your trend line from this point. This is a very nice low. Okay, this is a very nice high here. But look at this. This has already faded. This is no longer what's needed. It's no longer needed at this point because the market has respected it here and here. So this is not for us. So we should try to locate the one that is close to the market. This one too has already had this third time retest on it, so we might not even need it that much, but it's still better if we draw it. You see this first touch, second touch, what, third touch. This was a very nice and a lot of traders out there did not catch it because a lot of new traders did not catch it. And look at the nice candlestick formation, a very nice evening star formation, the reversal candlestick that I taught you guys. That's what happened here. So once you are trading trade line, these are the confirmations you want to be seeing, and you see that it's on a very nice support, and everything just confirmed itself. Trust me, look at what happened. It sold all the way to the downside. Very simple trade. Shout out to swing traders. So that's it for this one. And on the 1 hour, we are going to be drawing what, our counter trend line. This is our main support and resistance what zones. So if this is our resistance zones now, and this is our support. If market can break through this area, we'll be looking to continue that downtrend. But when are we going to be buying this market? That is one question you need to ask yourself. When are you going to be buying this market? For us to buy this market, this is a high, right? This is a high, a higher low, then creating another lower what? Another lower low. This is a low to a lower high, lower low. If we can get this break of structure, this change of market structure, taking out this high or taking out this high, we should be looking for a retest here. Then we should be looking for buys all the way to this point. So that is the only way we can also what, enter trade with this trend line on the 4 hours. So for us to get this, we should wait for something like this to happen on the Euro USD. Then we'll wait for what, a very nice what, sell to the downside. It will continue the trend from that point. And if you should grab your Fibonacci retracement, you see that this point is a very nice golden zone. So you don't want to play with this kind of analysis. Definitely it's going to come to this point. I'm suggesting it's going to come. I'm just anticipating it's going to come to this point. Since it's retesting a very nice support now, so we are anticipating it's going to come here. But we are a scalper, right? Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we are going to be drawing what, our counter trend line. So taking a look at this, you see that we have missed a lot of trades. A lot of trades. You see what markets used to do here? You see, very nice rejection. Everything is perfectly like, it's just like as if you are controlling it. If you are to check this thing out, you see that all of these rejections, they happen mostly on your session. I don't want to play with it. Trade with only what, London and New York session, which is for Euro USD. I use London and New York, and also for GBP USD, London and New York as well. You see that all of these key levels now are mostly respected during the awards, the time zones, the sessions. You see this one broke through, retested during what, London session, and New York session overlap. Let's take a look at this. Very simple. And as you are making your entries, you'll be scaling from there, marking out your highs and lows. Once price breaks through it, you enter for what, buys. So your counter trend line on the 1 hour, if you had something like this, if you had something running like this, don't forget All these things are your trading strategy. This is what you want to be trading with. Once you have your trend line, the third touch, what are you going to be doing? And not just a third touch, you want to be seeing your trend line being respected during your sessions. And not just that, you are trading with your support and resistance. And once we are in a downtrend, always be able to spot that we are in a downtrend. Write it down so that you won't get confused and start trading against the trend. Right? Always make sure everything is in place. Always make sure, always be sure of it, and your analysis, you always have to wait for it to form. Don't force any trades. Don't force any trades. So looking at the 4 hour, I see that we used to create something like this. Let me show you. I forgot to tell you guys something about market structure. Once the market is creating something like this is what we called, sorry, this is what we call, this move to the downside is called what? Impulsive move. That's when we are in a downtrend. Then this retracement is called what? Correction. Impulsive move, correction. Impulsive move, correction. Impulsive move, correction. So all this correction, if you're a good trader, you'll be taking it. And this is how you can take it, by using your what? Your counter trend line. So now let's go to the 1 hour. Let me show you this. So on the 1 hour, we had a trend line running here. We had a breakout of that trend line. And don't forget, we have this low created. Fine. So you have this and this and this. Connect these two of them. And don't forget, we are in a downtrend. If you don't see a very nice rejection, and if you don't have any support resting above or close to your trend line, don't trade it. So let's take a look. Look at this session. During New York session, the market came to retest what? The trend line. Not really the trend line. It did not give us that retest on the trend line. Then it pushed all the way to the upside. How many pips was that? I think it should be up to 40 something. Yes, 44 pips. If you enter this should be nice for you. But I wouldn't, because of us. This is New York session and this is support. Sorry, this is resistance area. You can see price rejection on these areas. See price rejection on these areas. Do you see this? So I don't want to start buying since it cannot break this top and continue. And don't forget, we are in a downtrend. See that nice rejection doing what? New York overlap, break your trend line. From here, you just scale in, enter with full confidence, risk your full 1%. Tell me, see guys, when you see a very nice trade, especially when you wait for a very nice trade that you are very sure of, that you know that yes, your analysis is very very nice, you have a very nice and perfect analysis, and you did not form it or try to force the market to give you a very nice key levels and also on and all those things. Once you know that you are sure of it, risk nothing less than 1% of your account. If it's a $5,000 evaluation account, risk $50, $100 all the way to the up, like that. Because me, if you know me well and if you have been trading with me, you know that I risk up to 2 to 3% of my account when trading, and there is a reason behind that. Because all these trades, I wait for them before what I take it. I know how long I wait for these trades to play out or to show before I get to enter them. But when I enter them, it's always crazy. It's always a very nice sniper entries, because of what I am trading with a very nice confluences. So that is it for this one. And so guys, I think you guys should be able to plot your support and resistance areas. Please just go to your chart and start plotting all of these levels. You can see rejection, all these things are what you're meant to be looking out for. So you don't want to use what the 1 hour, use the 4 hours. It is the best. 4 hours, you just bring all of these things together for you and compress it, and you get to be able to see everything on the market. So you don't want to start using the 1 hour. You're going to see a lot of fake outs, and if you go to the 15-30 minutes, you can see all of these moves are very, very nice and crazy moves. You can see this nice rejection on the trend line pushed all the way to the upside. All these things are very nice. All these things, you see breakouts from this point. This was New York. You don't want to trade outside your session. That is the best thing you can even do. Trade with your session. Anything outside your session, you shouldn't be interested in taking it. So guys, that is the end of this video, and the next video I'm still going to be teaching you guys what I call top-down analysis, starting from the higher time frame and breaking it down all the way towards the 15 minutes time frame. Then that's the way it works. So guys, this is the end of this video, and I love you guys, and please kindly go to your chart, try to plot all of these levels. It is guaranteed that you will make money in forex trading if only you can be serious. It's guaranteed. Once you can learn this thing that I'm telling you, if you can try to study them and get to know them and follow it to the core, trust me, it's guaranteed. I give you my word, it's guaranteed you will make money. You will become profitable. It's guaranteed. Right? You're going to start making money from the forex market, and you can just take a look at yourself. Tell me why you shouldn't be selling with a oh my god, guys, just be serious with forex trading. Be very, very serious with forex trading. If you're watching this video today, this is just my advice to you. If you are serious, just be serious in trading. Be serious. Trading can really change your life. That is the end of the video, and see you on the next one.